Hello, my name is Larissa and today I'm going to talk about Game of Thrones, which is the first book in the fantasy series called A Song of Ice and Fire by American author George R.R. Martin. So I know I'm a little bit behind when it comes to Game of Thrones. I'm sure everybody who hasn't read the books have seen the TV adaptations, and if you haven't seen it then you at least heard about it. I've had it recommended to me by loads of people, and it's been so overhyped. I think that's the main reason I have not watched it yet or read the books. I tend to get quite skeptical when something's overhyped and recommended to me a lot of times. I guess worried about getting disappointed. Also, a lot of people have talked to me about the show, and not so many people have talked about the actual books that the show is based on, which is probably where they went wrong. Even when people who know me say that it's something I will really enjoy, I'm much less likely to start a long TV series with however many seasons and episodes it has. That just seems too daunting for me. But a book is great. I'll pick up a book anytime, and during lockdown, starting a new series seemed like the perfect thing to do. So today I'm going to just talk about the first book in the series, the one called A Game of Thrones. And just in case you're not familiar with it, I'll read a short blurb from the back of the book. So the first book of A Song of Ice and Fire. Summers spend decades, winter can last a lifetime, and the struggle for the Iron Throne has begun. As Warden of the North, Lord Eddard Stark counts it a curse when King Robert bestows on him the office of the Hand. His honor weighs him down at court, where a true man does what he will, not what he must, and a dead enemy is a thing of beauty. The old gods have no power in the south, Stark's family is split, and there's treachery at court. Worse, the vengeance-mad heir of the deposed Dragon King has grown to maturity in exile in the free cities. He claims the Iron Throne. I'll just read this review from the front of the book as well. That also made me quite skeptical in the beginning. It says, so vivid that you'll be hooked within a few pages, from the Times. And I thought, yeah, right. And then I started reading the book and I was completely hooked within the first couple of pages. More than anything, I think it's just amazing how an author can create an entire world just with his imagination. And it's a world so different from ours, but because all the characters are multidimensional and really well described and well written, and because of all the detail, you can relate, even though it's this fantasy world where everything's completely different from what we know. Also, the way the book is written, every chapter is told from the perspective of one of the characters, so you get to know all the characters in depth, and you get such a deep insight into the politics of the time, into the thoughts, the feelings of the character, and I think that's also really interesting. It's not so one-dimensional, it's not biased, it's not told from just one perspective, and I like that. It's genuinely funny in some parts. It is a little bit brutal in others, but seeing how my Stephen King collection takes up half the living room, those parts don't really bother me. So overall, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm trying to not read them all in one go. I'm trying to space them out and read a couple of books in between each so that it doesn't end too fast. So now I'm on book 3 actually, and I'm still very much enjoying it. I've actually forgotten how much I liked fantasy before I picked up this series. So very excited to read the others as well. I won't spoil too much. I can go on and on about characters who should not have died, and the creatures, and just all the amazing things that happen, but I don't want to spoil it, so I'll just say that if you do like fantasy, if you like books about other worlds, if you like epic battles and things like that, then I think this could be the series for you. So I think, to be honest, if you're not hooked after the first book, want to read all 7, that's fine. I think the first book on its own is still worth a read, at least to me it felt like that. So yeah, good luck, enjoy, thank you.